Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagwan. Dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. The place, the venue of this episode I'm talking about is in Vrindavan, Whitefield, the year 1972. The summer course in Indian culture and spirituality was on. For those that aren't aware, the summer course used to be a 15 to 30 day program on Indian culture and spirituality where Bhagwan would deliver discourses every day. Along with Bhagwan, there would be various scholars and intellectuals who would be invited, devotees who would deliver talks on the same subject. And the subject would change from year to year. Some years it was the Ramayana, some years the Bhagavad Gita, some years the Bhagavatam. Swami would pick the topic. Most of the times it was a summer course in Indian culture and spirituality. And in the beginning, there used to be invites sent out to students from all over the country and the world. Later on, once Bhagwan's educational institutions began, all the students became automatic participants of the summer course, and it remained restricted to them. Now, coming back to the summer course in 1972, it was the year in which Bhagwan's mother, the mother of Bhagwan's physical frame, Mother Ishwaramma, she too was attending the summer course. She too was there in Vrindavan. And that day, like every other day, she visited Swami in the morning. She would often be there to serve him breakfast. That was a privilege that she enjoyed throughout her life, ever since Bhagwan's birth, where she alone could feed him breakfast, till the time when hundreds, dozens would be vying for the opportunity to get breakfast, but Swami would definitely eat what Mother Ishwaramma brought from home. That day, as Mother Ishwaramma arrived, this is something that Swami himself has narrated. Swami went for his bath. And as Swami was having bath, he heard Ishwaramma call out, "Swami, Swami, Swami." And Swami replied back thrice, "I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming." Swami came, Ishwaramma left. That was the noble end that this noble soul got on the 6th of May, because of which we celebrate this day as Ishwaramma Day, a day for children, a day for mothers. Though it is considered as Children's Day in the Sathya Sai organizations, it's interesting to note that whenever Bhagwan has delivered a discourse on this day, he has many times referred to it as Mother's Day. He calls it Children's Day also, but he calls it Mother's Day also. And I didn't find this as something strange, because what is a child without the mother? What's a mother without her child? I'm saying this because I can see the huge difference that motherhood makes. It's divine. It's unbelievable. It's unimaginable. The things that a woman doesn't do, a mother does. What has changed? Nothing, apparently. Nothing has changed. Within 9 months, it's almost as if woman has transcended to a level of a goddess where the child is concerned. It's mind-boggling, and I have seen this. A small example, when we found out that Pooja was carrying, she had to take a few injections. Oh my God, how she would dread. How she would dread. She has always feared injections from her childhood. And it continued even into her adulthood. And it would be such a painful thing for her. Go to the doctor and she would say, "Oh God, why can't They say science has progressed so much, why can't they find a damn replacement for this injection? Why do they have to still poke? And that same lady today gladly takes injections and says, how I wish I can take injections instead of my daughter taking the injections. And I wonder what happened. You wouldn't take injection for anybody's sake. I had even asked her, what if Swami came and told you take injection? Yeah, I will take, but I'll pray to Swami also that Swami, for your sake, I'll take one injection. For my sake, ensure that no injections are over. So there is 50% doubt even when Swami asks. But now, every time her baby daughter receives an injection, she says, how I wish I can receive instead of her. What brought about this sacrifice? What brought about this change? It's simply amazing. No wonder that Swami would refer to it as Mother's Day or Children's Day interchangeably. Because this concept of motherhood is so glorious, is so fantastic at every level. The only qualification I have to speak on motherhood is having experienced my mother's love and of course having experienced the million mothers' love which Swami gives. Just imagine if somebody gifted you a pen on your birthday or something, some special pen they have gifted. When somebody gifts you a pen, they open up a world of possibilities. Why? If you just imagine what all you can do with the pen. You could either write with it, you could draw with it, you could sketch with it. Now when you sketch, you can sketch either personalities, you can sketch nature, you can sketch, so many things. In sketching itself, so much possibilities come. Even for a child, you give a pen in the hand. Child can scribble, straight line, curved line, circle, square. Oh my God, the possibilities are many. If you choose to write, you can write a novel, you can write a short story, you can write about the Lord. Oh my God, so much potential exists. I was thinking, if somebody gifts you a pen, in reality they are gifting you infinite possibilities. They are gifting you great potential. That is why we see all these statements. The pen is mightier than the sword. Knowledge is power. The pen is symbolic of that. If somebody gifts you a pen, they gift you so many possibilities and capabilities. Now imagine if somebody gifts you a life. How many possibilities, capabilities, what all things open up. Because that is precisely what a mother gifts. Somebody gives us a costly Parker pen. I am very touched, when I received a pen, which I know costs more than 1,000 rupees, I was very touched. I said, oh my God, I'm going to treasure this pen. I'm going to use it only for special things. But I don't realize that when my mother is gifting me such a pen, it is because she treasures me more than the pen. She actually told me, no, use it for everything. I want you to enjoy and write. That is the love of a mother. I've given it for you to write every time, don't keep it for special occasions. Because for the mother, more valuable than anything is the child. And this is something that Swami emphasized over and over again, and not only in words, even in deeds. The first college ever that Swami opened was a college for women in Anantapur. We at Radio Sai got the privilege of interviewing a few people who were associated with Bhagwan when land was being procured for the Anantapur college. And that person said that when Swami went there, there was nothing, barren land, desert, almost a desert. Actually, if we go to Anantapur and go to some places, even to this day, you may feel it's a desert. And on that barren land, Swami put a metal chair. Swami was sitting there and chalking out his vision. Wow, what an amazing sight it must have been. the dusty air, the hot sun shining down, and Swami bare feet, sitting on a metal chair that is also hot, that has been hastily dusted with a shoulder cloth by one person from Anantapur. And Swami is saying, no, Bangarun, leave it, putting it. Swami has done every little thing. He has gone and bargained for price of chairs in Hyderabad. We had met a person who said that also. And that person was embarrassed. He said, Swami, no problem. Swami, you don't go 10 rupees, you don't do. I'll pay it off. Swami said, no, you don't know. If I don't save now, how will I build colleges? And that person was shocked, because here we are buying chairs for some mandir and you are talking about building colleges by saving 10 rupees. But that is how Swami has done. Slow and steady. If Swami wanted, he could have one shot told, please come, everybody give money, let's build a college. People would have poured in. He didn't do that. He made it a great privilege for the people to get an opportunity to give. People were dying to give. Swami, please take. They would cry because Swami is not taking, because Swami would not take. And why Swami did that, I will come to it towards the end. This is my humble understanding, because that has also got to do with motherhood. Why Swami simply did not take and build. So there was Swami sitting, and then he asked this person, do you know why I am building a women's college? I mean, this person had no idea. Possibly you put a toss, men, women, 50% chance, women you build. I don't know Swami means. Then Swami told him, do you know where is Brahmaloka? These two questions are looking like from different syllabus, right? Syllabi. One is, why am I building women's college? Next question is, where is Brahmaloka? Swami said, people think Brahmaloka is some esoteric world somewhere in the skies with clouds and smoke and all that. Swami said, the womb of the mother is the Brahmaloka. That is the seat of creation. That is where all creation happens. And it's always Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. It is creation, preservation, final destruction. To start setting right things, Brahmaloka has to be set right first. That is why I am opening a women's college. When Swami saw a woman, he saw a mother. That is why he started the Anantapur college. In fact, on the 22nd of July in 1968, that was the day when the Anantapur college was inaugurated. On that day, Swami spoke on the great importance of the 5 mothers who foster each and every living being, at least each and every human being. Swami said the first is Dehamata, the mother who gives birth to this body, because if not for her, this body would not have come into existence. She has nourished the body with the 5 elements in the womb for 9 months and out of the womb for several months, directly with her own blood. First is the Dehamata. Then Swami said, second is the Gomata, cow mother. Because as I said, blood becoming milk is not true only for humans, it is true even for animals. And after a point in time when the baby is weaned away from the mother's milk, it is a cow's milk that sustains each and every one of us, irrespective of which part of the world we are in. Some exceptional cases we may have, yes, the goat milk or some other milk for some special needs, but generally it is cow's milk. And therefore, recent times when they made such a furore over, there were people questioning, why is the government planning to stop slaughter of cows only? It is religious. Hindus feel it sacred, not sacred for us. You grew up on what? Snake milk? On donkey milk? Everybody grows up on cow milk. Swami said that is why it is not because of a Hindu thing. What the mother gives, the cow also gives, so cow also becomes like a mother. So you have to revere the cow. And then Swami said, after Gomata comes Bhumata. Why? Because once the mother's milk has sustained you, then the cow's milk has sustained you, next you are sustained by food that is given by the Bhumi. That also becomes your mother. Food, all your crops. So beautiful, In fact, speaking of food, dhanyam, I'm just reminded it is slightly off topic, but a beautiful statement, It's so amazing how Swami presents things so creatively. For instance, there is this saying that says, education must be for life and not for a mere living. So Swami says, worldly education is for living. Spiritual education is for life. Now this is so beautiful. I often used to feel that this statement is so beautiful in English. How do I put it in, suppose, because I have been told to sometimes give talks in Kannada, sometimes in Hindi, and I wonder, how do I translate this beautiful statement? That worldly education is for living and spiritual education is for life. Living life come in English. In Kannada, it's not so poetic. And even as I was thinking this, within a week, I came across a statement in Swami's discourse, where he has presented this so beautifully. I can use it in Hindi, Telugu, Kannada also. Sanskrit word it is. Swami says in that, Bhautika Vidya is for dhanyam, for food. And Swami says, Adhyatmika Vidya is for dhyanam. Dhanyam and dhyanam. What, so amazing it is. I was thinking, wow, Swami. Now, after knowing it, it is so easy to understand. But Swami, how did you come up so creatively? For dhanyam, dhanyam means food. Dhanyam and dhyanam. It's just by interchanging two letters. So anyway, coming back, so that is Bhumata. Swami says, after Bhumata comes Deshamata. Because as it is said in the Bible, man does not live by bread alone. It's not enough if we get food. Food alone doesn't sustain us. We need so many other things. Food is just a basic need. Food, shelter and clothing. After that we have so many needs. We have social needs. We have psychological needs. And all this is given to us by a society. Recently we interviewed a person who escaped the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait and came to India. And he was narrating what happens when society breaks down. When Kuwait got invaded, he said life was hell. You don't know where you'll get cash. Every department store is raided. Even if you want to go far and buy from a department store, you don't know when you go out whether you'll be alive. Because if somebody attacks you, you don't know whom to turn to. Because there's no police, there's nothing. There's chaos in society. It's like a jungle. A monkey is jumping from a tree to tree, suddenly an eagle lifts it and eats it off. Gone, it's dead. Monkey just went out to take mango and it's dead. Didn't come back home. That doesn't happen in our societies. You don't go to buy a mango and you're not sure whether you'll come back home alive. You're sure you'll come back home alive. And that is thanks to the society, the security it provides. We often criticize our societies without realizing how dependent we are on the society. Why should I do anything for society? I have earned everything on my own. Yes, but even for a simple vacation you take, you go by the road. Who built the road? Did you build the road? You're giving money to buy food. You think it's your food. No, it is grown by somebody. If that somebody doesn't grow it, your money has no value. That is what this person told us. Kuwaitis were being targeted, and in front of him a Kuwaiti person came and offered 1,000 Kuwaiti dinars for a bottle of water. 1 Kuwaiti dinar is $4. 1,000 Kuwaiti dinars is 4,000 US dollars. You can spend 2 months in India on that. He wanted a bottle of water. That person didn't give. That person didn't give him. And this Hari uncle who was narrating this, he broke down. He said, what is the use of this money which doesn't have value? We think money has value. No. We have to be grateful to society for the roads, for the power, for the food that we get, everything. I'm having money to buy food, but there is food that is available for money, right? If that was not there, what is the use of my money? That's what is happening in many African nations. That's what is currently happening in Marathwada and Maharashtra. People may have money, but there's no water. You get your money, but there is no water. What do we do? Your money is of no use. So therefore, you have to be grateful for the Desha, which has given you all these opportunities. Therefore, Desha becomes your mother. And then Swami said, final, the greatest mother. See, all these things are mother because they help you sustain your body and your mind. But why am I sustaining my body and mind? Why do I need to sustain my body and mind? Why am I trying to preserve my body? Because there's a purpose of life that I have to achieve. In order to have a smooth journey in achieving the purpose of life, I want to maintain my body. So that if my body is maintained, I need not focus on my body, I can focus on other things. And that purpose of life that helps us to achieve, that is the Veda Mata. And this is the fifth mother that we have to revere. Deha Mata, Go Mata, Bhu Mata, Desha Mata, Veda Mata. These are the 5 mothers that have to be revered. And Swami said, among all these, Deha Mata is most important because it is she who will point out the other 4 mothers to the child. If the Deha Mata doesn't point it out, the child will not respect the other 4 mothers. That is why the importance of the mother. That is the great importance of the mother. What is the use of speaking about motherhood in an audience where there are fathers also? I am also a father. Because it is important that everyone knows the value of the mother. So the mother is given support. The mother is empathized with. And also, to put some things into perspective. I remember that day when Swami had called all the 10th and 12th standard girls and boys for an interview in the Bhajan Hall. These are the outgoing batches. And Swami was speaking to them. Usually to any batch that is going out after 10th or 12th, the instruction that is given is what career path they should choose, what they should pick up so that they can, earn a good living and shine in their life. But what Swami spoke had nothing to do with that at all. Swami said that the goal of the education that I am giving you is to make you good people. And then he said, see, you are learning something, it doesn't matter which subject it is. For Swami, it didn't matter only. Whether you took commerce or arts or science, it doesn't matter. Because as far as Swami is concerned, education is just a process of training. It teaches us how to focus, it teaches us how to concentrate. And once you learn focusing and concentration, it doesn't matter where you go. You can focus, concentrate, pick up. That's what is happening in the world nowadays. There's no relation between the subject studied and the work that is being done. Even if there's a relation, there's a 6-month probation period where you're given extensive training. Why? When you're coming from IIM or some big institute, why not directly put on the job? Why are you kept for 6 months probation and training? Because you know what? They don't trust your 12 years of education. They feel we'll train you. If you pick up the training, you go ahead. If you don't pick up, you go out. What are the use of all that education? Why are we struggling so much? Swami said, boys, I have given you this education so that when you grow older, you will use it to bring sustenance to the family so that you can focus on other things in life. If there's no basic sustenance, if there's no food in house, you can't concentrate on spirituality. That's what Swami Vivekananda said. Don't teach spirituality to a hungry man. You first give him food. Once he's satiated, then he'll sit and listen to your 1 hour speech. Before giving food, you give speech, he'll throw stones at you. Tell you, shut up, what are you saying? I'm hungry here and you're giving me some gyan. Will it fill my belly? So yes, some amount is needed. That is what Bhagwan said during the Aradhana Mahotsavam in the discourse. He said, yes, some amount of money is needed. In the same way, you need to just like you need to take care of the body so that you can focus on spirituality. If you don't take care of your body, you will be focusing only on your body. I'm having cough, I'm having cold, I'm having this, I'm having that. Some amount of care you need to take for the body so that you need not think of the body. So also Swami said, boys, I'm giving you so that you earn some sustenance for the home, so that everybody at home can focus. And then Swami told the girls, the education I'm giving you is because I want you to bring up future pillars for this country. He was very clear. He said, don't work. I don't want you to work. Of course, there are exceptions. You may ask, what do you do if unfortunately the father is no more and the mother has to fend? Yes, those are exceptional cases. Those are exceptional cases where, yes, the mother has to go to work. But let's not make exceptions as the general case. It's like when we did a satsang on vegetarianism and how Swami says vegetarianism. There was a person who sent in a mail asking a doubt. What about people living in Antarctica, living in Arctic regions where it is very cold, you get only fish, nothing else, what to do? Fine, are you living there? You are living in Germany, you are living in Italy, you are living in India, right? So just because the person living in Antarctica eats fish, will you eat fish here? That is not, don't make an exception into a generalization. Sometimes when you are sick, you are given medicines which contain alcohol. Needed. That doesn't justify you drinking alcohol on a day-to-day basis. That's a special case. That medicine needs, that is needed like that. In the same way with fish, in the same way with working women. Swami made it very clear. Because Swami considered bringing up a child is so much more valuable. It is because it has been demeaned, it has been considered as a menial chore, that bringing up a child doesn't make a woman feel fulfilled. Makes a mother feel that I'm useless, I'm not doing anything. It's much more valuable than the money that is being earned by the man of the house. What the mother gives is simply amazing. In fact, there's a TED Talk. TED Talks have become very famous on YouTube. They are called Ideas Worth Sharing, Ideas That Will Change Your World. And there's this researcher called Annie Murphy Paul, who with her team has been researching on babies in the womb. See, many things that Swami says appears like fairy tales for us, like some fancy stories for us. And we say, okay, yes, maybe there is some truth in that. It's not maybe there is some truth. We are not evolved enough to understand. It is the whole truth. If I try to explain Einstein's theory of relativity to my pet dog, how much ever I love my pet dog, the pet dog won't understand. It'll think I'm speaking nonsense. It'll only understand the food that I throw to it. That's it. Biscuits or choo, Tommy. Basic language it'll understand. It may be thinking that I'm nuts. What am I speaking? It is not evolved enough to understand me. We are not evolved enough to understand Swami. And in that TED Talk, she's speaking of the latest research as latest as 2015. And she's saying that it is wrong to say that the baby starts learning when it's born. As per their theory, even as a 3-month-old, the baby is learning. They have done experiments such as offering a nipple in which there is a sound record of the mother speaking versus offering a nipple in which there is a sound record of another woman speaking. 100% of the time the baby pick up the nipple with which the mother's sound is recorded. And these are done with 3-day, 4-day-old infants. Where did the infant hear the mother? And the answer is in the womb. Whatever the mother speaks, the child hears. The child understands. They've gone to these kind of experiments, giving carrot juice and seeing that the child after being born has an tendency to drink carrot juice, liking towards carrot juice. They have gone even further deeper. Things like during the war, we think war affects children. War affects even unborn children. They have studied situations where during the war there is a scarcity of resources. And nobody is, talking to the child as such, telling there is a scarcity of food. But it shows in the mother in terms of stress, in terms of lack of nourishment. All this has happened in the mother. And that has been communicated to the baby. And what they found is, the baby is born with an adaptation to live on very little food only. In the meanwhile, what has happened? The war has ended. The scarcity is gone. Food is available in abundance. The baby comes and eats. It has got a superhuman ability to store food. Why? Because it has been trained that the world outside is very cruel. There's no food there. Learn to ration and minimize and use. And such children become obese, diabetic. This is a scientific study I am talking about. The TED Talk is there by Annie Murphy Paul. And in 2015 they are waking up to this and saying now abortion is bad because at 3 months also it's having life then. Our ancients have said it long ago. We have the story of Abhimanyu, who heard how to penetrate the Padma Vyuha but didn't hear how to come out because the mother slept. The father was speaking and he heard. He remembered it when he woke up. Now see, it is interesting. Though Abhimanyu remembered that this is the way to penetrate the Padma Vyuha, he didn't remember how I know this. He doesn't know how he knows it. I don't know. I just know that this is the way to penetrate. I am not remembering that this is what I learned in the womb. And therefore, the importance of the mother. Every input that the child receives, starting from the gross food till the subtle vibrations. Why do you think in Bharat, a woman once she is pregnant is advised not to go to public gatherings? People consider it superstitions. No, in a public gathering there are all sorts of people, all sorts of vibrations. Anything may come. No, don't. It may affect the fetus. We agree that a pregnant woman should not be scanned in an airport by an X-ray because the X-ray can damage her. Where's the X-ray? I don't see any X-ray. You don't see it, but it has its impact. You believe the X-ray, you don't believe in negative vibrations? It has happened. That is why stay at home. Listen to Vishnu Sahasranamam day in and day out. Don't see violent things. No, this is what they found out. This researcher that I spoke about, what their mothers when being pregnant, what serials they watched. The baby within a week of being born shows attraction towards the title song of that serial. And I know one of my classmates has got a beautiful daughter, Prakriti. Even since birth, simply attracted to the sound Swami. Somebody says Swami, she smiles. Why? Why? It is not as if God is unfair and He sends blessed children to some and not blessed children to others. No. The mother has been like that. The mother has been Swami, Swami, Swami. Naturally the child has to be Swami, Swami. In a discourse Swami mentioned about Prahlada's mother. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Leelavati. Swami says how she was devoted to the Lord. And in spite of being born in a kingdom where the name of Narayana was abhorred, where the father made a rule that even the mention of the name Narayana can be death, can mean death for you. Here is born Prahlada. Oh my God, what a way for the Lord to smash evil. You will banish my name, I will give you a son who will chant my name. Thanks to the mother. And I have seen this happening in Sai devotee homes even to this day. I had met a sister long back. She told me that, I have got married into a house that doesn't believe in Swami. I don't know what to do. They don't allow me to come to Prasanthi. 9 years later, she's coming regularly. I asked, what happened? She said, nothing. I kept Swami in my heart. Kept telling Swami, Swami, Swami. That's what has got into the child. Now what to do? The child is born. The child has got hair like Swami only. And loves Swami. Wants to come to Prasanthi. So now it became 2 versus 1. The father versus the mother and the child. A second child comes, that's also mad after Swami. 3 versus 1. So father said, okay, instead of stopping you from Prasanthi, I'll also come to Prasanthi. So now all 4 are in Prasanthi. That is the strategy God has been adopting, which shows the importance of the mother. So important it is. It's not only the physical genetics that gets into the child, it's also the mental and the spiritual genetics that get into the child. And this keeps happening across births, across lifetimes. Now there are many people who question about that also. Hey, what is this? Life begins with birth and life ends in death. Slowly now they are accepting, no, life begins before birth also. I am sure a time will come when they will accept that life doesn't end with death also. And this is what has been told long back. In fact, I brought this paper because I got this beautiful conversation which is metaphorical, which is alluding towards life after death. This is in the form of a conversation between twins in the mother's womb. So one twin is speaking to the other twin in the womb. So one is asking, do you believe in life after delivery? The other is saying, of course, there has to be something after delivery. Maybe we are here to prepare ourselves for what will come later. Nonsense. There is no life after delivery. How can there be life? After delivery, it is just death. I don't know, maybe there's a different kind of life out there. That's what the other twin is saying, the optimistic twin. Maybe we will walk with our legs. Maybe we will be eating with our mouths. Maybe we will have other senses. Maybe our understanding will be more. Now this pessimistic one said, this is absurd. Walking is impossible. And eating with our mouths, are you crazy? It's the umbilical cord that gives us nutrition and everything we need. But they say after delivery, the umbilical cord is cut. So that's it. There can't be life after delivery. No, I don't know. Maybe in that life we will not need this physical cord only. Nonsense. If there is life, the pessimistic twin is saying, if there is life, have you seen anybody come back from after delivery? Nobody has come back. How can you say there is life after delivery? Delivery is end of life, full stop. There is nothing. Darkness and silence and oblivion after it. That's all. I don't think so. I believe that after delivery I will meet my mother and she'll take care of us. Mother? You actually believe in mother? If mother exists, where is she now? Where is she? I don't know. I feel mother is all around us. Below us, above us, around us. Sounds familiar? Antane, kantane, jantane. I think we belong to her. It is in her we are living. You have got to be crazy. If we don't see her, it's logical that she doesn't exist. That's what the pessimist is saying. And then the optimist says, no. Sometimes when we are silent and when we focus and we really listen, I somehow feel her presence. I can feel her loving voice calling down from above. Whenever I think of speaking to a person who doesn't believe in life and believe in God, I feel this is such a beautiful conversation that makes everything so evident. So coming back to motherhood, it's glorious. Starting from the physical sacrifice the mother makes. I already spoke about the blood that she gives. But more than that, at every level she gives. She changes her whole focus in life. She gives up her career. What all she does is unimaginable. That kind of sacrifice. And then Swami says, when you are not able to understand this mother's love, how will you understand 1,000 mothers' love? How will you understand Swami's love? We don't realize, as I said from my own personal life, I don't realize that a woman, my wife, who was scared of even an injection, was ready to undergo the most excruciating pain just to give deliverance for the child. That's exactly what Swami also does. Swami is ready to undergo the most excruciating pain just to give deliverance to his children. We don't realize that. We don't know it. When we take the little one for an injection for her vaccination, when she gets the injection, Bhakti cries. Nowadays she cries even more because along with the pain, she has grown in her head, a little. She's 4.5 months now. She has that feeling of being cheated. Mom, you cheated me. I trusted you and held on to you and you just put me into somebody's hand who poked me so badly. And I feel more than that physical pain, it is this pain of cheating that pains her. Because when she was 1 month old, when she was more vulnerable than this, when she was weaker than this, when she was tinier than this, she would cry only 1 minute. Now she cries for 10 minutes. Sometimes she cries even before the injection is given. Because it's almost like, Mom, I know you're going to, no, you're going to let me, you're going to cheat me, Mom. Mom, don't do this. Bhakti doesn't understand. But I'm sure a time will come when she grows up to be an adult. She will thank mom and say, Mom, thank you. Thank you, you didn't listen to me. Thank you, you got me poked. I'm protected from tuberculosis. I'm protected from cholera. I'm protected from diarrhea. I would have lost life. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for that. I sometimes feel God, the Divine Mother also, yes. We feel cheated. God, I trusted you and you did this to me. Swami, why, Swami? What did I do wrong, Swami? Why are you giving me this pain, Swami? And Swami doesn't seem to listen because the pain continues. Swami must be I'm thinking that Swami will be thinking that you grow up into an adult. Grow up, become like me, then you will thank me for this. You will say, thank you, Swami, you didn't listen to my prayers. I have personally experienced this. How many times I have told Swami, Swami, thank you, you didn't listen to my prayers. Of course, I have thanked him for granting my prayers, but so many times I have thanked him for not granting my prayers, because I realized how stupid my prayers were. And yet I continue to pray and ask, because I feel now I have become wise, not realizing that maybe future I feel this is also foolish. There was a time when I would ask for coffee powder. Now I am asking for a coffee estate. That's also foolish. That's why Swami says, don't ask. Because what you ask is far less compared to what I want to give actually. I want to give you something grand, but you are asking for something cheap. And the mother sacrifices. I have experienced that personally, There have been times where I misunderstood my physical mother. When I was a student studying here, I would miss my parents, I would miss home. Yes, Swami is there, but still you can't help it, that homesickness comes. And when vacation comes, I would get excited, because vacation is a time you can go back home, play your video games, watch the movies, meet all your friends, be at home, eat terrific food. Hostel you get only weekly specials. There you can get daily specials. Others also will get. You can buy and eat. No restrictions at all. Wow. And as vacations begin, when I call my mother, she would say, Swami is still there, right? He has not yet left for Kodaikanal. Why don't you stay there till Swami is staying? Now I would get disappointed actually. I would say, come on, Mom, I want to go to Bombay. I want to have fun there. And there used to be some of these boys who Swami would speak to regularly, and their parents would force them to come home. What is this? Full year you are there with Swami only, you come back home. And they'll tell Swami, parents are calling. Swami will tell, okay, go and come. Now, I wanted to show Swami that, Swami, I want to be with you. But what to do? Parents are calling. That was, because I actually want to go to Bombay, but I want to show Swami that I am very devoted, I am very loving. So I'm just hoping that my mother will tell at least once that, son, it will be nice if you come to Bombay. But damn it, she's not saying only. She's telling, why you want to come be with Swami? So I used to get upset. I said, Mom, you don't want your son? You don't love your son? I would do emotional atyachar. Blackmail her. You don't have any attachment towards your son? She said, no, I would love to meet you. Then, have you any time called me to Bombay? That's it. Decision made. I'm missing you. I want to meet you. And I'm happy. What mom says? Tomorrow I'm booking my flight to Parthi. I'm coming there. Arre, you are coming to Parthi. You'll stay there in that room. South or west, 9 o'clock, lights off, no TV, no video game. Boring. Mom, I want to come to Bombay. And I used to feel my mother doesn't feel anything for me. I miss her. In reality, I was not missing her. Yes, she's also there in the missing part. I'm missing more of my games, my TV, my other things. In reality, she used to miss me like hell. I can see that now. But she used to feel, no. I may miss him, but it's better that he is with Swami. So though my heart is telling you, come, I'll suppress that and tell, no, you stay with Swami. And tell it with a smile. In such a beautiful manner that the son himself misunderstands and says, Mom, you don't love me or what? And every time he tells that, it'll hit my heart, but no problem, I'll suppress that. Today I am so grateful to her for the sacrifices. Today people ask me, how do you love Swami so much? Arey, no. I may be loving Swami, but I don't love him as much as my mother loves him. Because she's the one who made me stay. Maybe I would not have stayed back every vacation here as a student. But I stayed back. And when people give me credit now, I feel embarrassed. Because that is a mother's sacrifice. That is why it's called a sacrifice. Because if I do something special, I want the whole world to know I did it. I want the world to praise me. Mother doesn't do that. That is the glory of motherhood. And again the same statement hits me. If mother is so grand, what do we speak about Swami? Swami is mother to every child. I remember during one Narayan Seva, Swami was serving food. And sitting among the Narayanas was this mother with her infant, possibly 7-8 months old. It's too old possibly to suckle at the mother's breast. Or possibly the mother is not having nourishment enough to feed the baby. But the baby is too small to eat the annam that is being served. The Swami said, get some milk for this baby. Instantly, 100 people ran. That's how it is. No, we do it for a show in front of Swami. On our own, we will not go and offer. But if Swami is saying, Sai Ram, come please, we want to impress Swami. Everywhere we do it at different levels. The way we work when boss is watching versus when boss is not watching. That's why they put CCTV cameras everywhere in office. Because research has shown that you need not actually watch the employees. If the employee thinks you are watching, it's enough. The productivity increases. So here Swami himself is telling, get milk. Oh, everybody ran. Swami went along the line. He was serving. Within 2-3 minutes, the milk was brought in a bottle. Somebody had thoughtfully put it in a bottle with a nipple. They came running and they were going to offer it to the child. Instantly, Swami, who was serving a few feet away, stop, Swami said, stop. He kept the ladle, came walking, picked it and said, Buddhi leda, don't have brains. The baby's tongue will burn if you give hot milk. He took it, he cooled the milk, put it back in the bottle and, oh my God, even at a physical level, look at that thoughtfulness. I mean, who would have thought? The person getting the milk has not been able to think of it. The mother holding the child, it didn't strike her immediately. Swami was serving few feet away, he has done it and he has shown. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, I have no duties in the world. I am not bound by anything. Only when you have ignorance, only when you have body attachment, you are bound by the rules of the world. Once you are free from ignorance, when you don't have body attachment, there is no rules that bind you. That is why the self-realized can perform miracles, because there are no rules binding them. But yet I do my duty. Why? Why does God have to put on the limitations? Why does God have to descend? It's literally a descent. Coming from an advanced level to a pathetic level. All of us are trying to go up. Why should God come to a lower level? Why should God do that? Is shown in an incident. It's from Swami's childhood. That famous incident where Swami is punished by the teacher and told to stand up on the bench. And the Swami is standing on the bench. The next teacher, as the bell rings, the teacher comes, Mehboob Khan. He sees Swami standing on the bench. His heart is pained because he knows Swami is not just an ordinary Satyam boy. So he's thinking, anyway, now the class is over. Once this teacher vacates, I will go and make Satyam sit down. But the teacher is not vacating. So after 2 minutes of waiting, he says, sir, time up. Please leave. That teacher says, yes, I also want to leave. Then what is the problem? The chair is not leaving me. I am not able to get up. And Mehboob Khan says, you made Satyam stand. That's why this is your fate. Tell him to sit. You can get up. He tells Satyam, you sit. Immediately he can get up. And in that one beautiful episode, Swami not only showed who he is, but also the purpose. God's descent is for man's ascent. God comes down so that man can go up. That's the great sacrifice that God does. I was just thinking, when I've observed mothers with their children, the child doesn't like some food. It'll spit, no, I don't want. Mother will tell, no, it is nice, you eat. Child won't eat. Possibly because it is not actually nice food. The child needs it. The mother doesn't need it. The father doesn't need it. So what to do? The mother will eat it. See? Eat nice it is. Tasty. We'll tell stories. Some crow, pigeon, sparrow coming and something and make. Many times the child won't have a separate plate. The mother and child share the same plate. Very rarely do I see father and child sharing the same plate. Mother and child will have the same thing. Whatever the child leaves over, mother will eat. There's no need to do it. That's why the father doesn't do it, grandfather doesn't do it. No need. There's no need to do. The father doesn't need that. The child needs. You need the nutrition. If you're stupid enough not to take it, then your loss. But the mother doesn't tell that. Though she doesn't need that, she will eat. No, you also eat. She'll play. Play all those boring, nonsensical games for the sake of the child. And tell it also to play. Feel so. Later on, of course, father, grandfather all join in. That's what Swami would say. You may be a big judge in the courtroom. You come home and you become the horse for your grandchild. The grandchild will ride you, you will shake your head and go. So in the same way, the mother's love is such that she does everything that the child needs to do so that the child grows. Why is the mother doing all this? Why? Why is the mother trying to feed? Why is the mother doing all this? So that a time will come when the child can eat on its own. Everything is like that. First the child can become physically independent, then emotionally independent, then financially independent. That's why they say, once the marriage is done, it's over. But it doesn't end with that also. They come and start advising, taking care of the children. And once we get a child, you realize, oh God, what superheroes my parents were. I'm realizing now more and more. Wow, mom, dad, you're awesome. A mother never ceases to be a mother. When I had to go to Srisailam, they said it's going to be raining there. Get either a raincoat or umbrella. And in my luggage there was a raincoat and umbrella. That's what a mother does. In fact, there is a story of Hanuman crossing the ocean. When he was going to Lanka, Swami says he met 3 kinds of obstacles. A sattvic obstacle, a rajasic obstacle, a tamasic obstacle. Mount Mainaka, a sattvic obstacle. Who says, I am your friend, take rest on me. He says, no, I can't. Then there is a Chaya Grahini Rakshasi. Then there is Surasa, the snake. 3 obstacles. But you know something, on his return, he simply came off. He just jumped from Lanka and returned. Nothing happened on the way. And during one Ramayana Saptaham, there was one speaker who was talking about this. And he said, why did it happen like that? Because when going from India to Lanka, Rama sent him. From Lanka to India, Sita sent him. When father does packing for you, you'll have to stop so many times on the way. Things won't be done. Mother does packing, it's perfect. You can reach. I have faced it. In the hostel, I come, unpack my suitcase. And at the end of the semester, it's time to go home. I have 2 extra bags. I wonder how on earth did you pack all that in one suitcase? So, sacrifice the mother does great. And the time is coming to a close. So, I just wanted to say that just imagine that is exactly what Swami did. There is no need for Swami to do all these things. The kind of childhood he led. He could have chosen a president's family to be born in. Why did he have to carry water on his shoulders? Why did he have to wash his own clothes, wait for it to dry? Why did he have to subsist on 1 meal a day? Why did he have to drink from the trough where buffaloes and cows drink? And later on, 1990s, 2000, we may look at the big mandir. Swami still stayed in a 10 foot by 5 feet room. Seen it. I have seen it with my eyes. Swami has shown us how to live when you are in poverty with self-respect and dignity. He has shown how to live when you have everything with you also, with the same self-respect and dignity, because he didn't build palaces for himself at all. In fact, when they came with the offer to paste gold, Swami said, no, put it over where the devotees sit. This is possibly the only mandir on earth where there is gold where the devotees sit, and not in the sanctum sanctorum. Every other place, sanctum sanctorum will have tons of gold. That is how, why did Swami make all these sacrifices when there is no need to do? Why does a mother do sacrifice when there is no need to do? Because she wants her child to grow. Because she wants her child to become independent. Exactly why Swami did it also. Because he wants his children to become independent. Independent. Depend on what is within. That has been his physical mission. That is continuing as his mission. Every sacrifice that Swami did, there was no need for him to do. He did it only to show us, just like a mother eats a food that she need not eat, just to ensure that the baby eats. You learn this. Because when you learn this, you will grow. Because when you grow, you will become independent. You will not need me then. Just as a mother sacrifices everything for her child to grow, I feel if we look into Swami's life, we realize that he also sacrificed everything to see us grow. And then you go to a mother and say, you are great because you sacrificed everything to make your child grow. The mother will say, hey, I didn't sacrifice anything. I didn't do anything. It's an amazing child. Exactly what Swami did also. You are all great. Bangaru Pillalara. And I feel so embarrassed. Public Swami would say, children, they are gold. We know what gold we are. We know what worth we are. But what to do? Swami's vision is like that. Swami sees us like that. His love is such that he feels all of us are gold. And that is the only inspiration for me to try to become gold. Because the one who loves me more than anything else in this whole universe is convinced that I am gold. I may shake in my faith in him. He doesn't seem to shake in his faith in me. He's just convinced that I am noble. He's convinced I am Bangaru. He's convinced I am gold. That is the inspiration I feel that we should all keep. Because Swami called us Bangaru, let us try to become his Bangaru. He has faith in us. Let us not lose our faith in him. With these few thoughts on mother and motherhood, I'd like to bring this to a close. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.